Hey people, Grimdark here, and today we're going to cover team play, communications, and tactics, as well as PvP movement and other various tactics that will give you an advantage over the enemy. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so as soon as we make it here on the map early on in the raid, I think the third building we looted after we finished with medical, we come over here, and at the doorway up ahead, I start to hear footsteps, so we're going to listen to the communication and exactly what's been going on, and discuss it as we get along. I'm actually going to let it play out, and then we're going to review it with commentary.
Sure. Yeah, dude.
I'm hearing something opposite end of the building. That's enemy.
Yeah, here too.
Is there more than one?
Maybe one.
Opposite end where, like
Stairs.
Towards the garage part.
Oh. Go around. Whoever's by Jim, go around Jim. Start flanking. And I'm pushing up to the cage.
Okay.
He's probably on the stairs beyond the cage, underground or second floor.
Yeah.
He's flanking to you. He's flanking. Second one. Hey, go back him up in the gym. Whoever's not with him.
Oh, okay.
And I'm holding the cage door. He's flanking over towards Jim.
I'm in gym with you. Where are you?
I went first.
Are you in gym?
No.
Oh.
There's two of them. One's by you, one's by me.
He's in garage. He's in garage. I'm gonna check a nade. They're in garage.
One's on stairs, first floor.
Here, I'm gonna push these stairs. I'm going up to gym. You're on second, right, bro?
No, I'm not. I'm in the gymnasium part.
You're not at gym?
No.
I'm going in a gym right now.
Alright. I'm coming up behind you then. I was in the basketball court, my bad. I'm coming up behind you right now.
Yeah, I hear you. It's me, flashlight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start engaging this guy on the stairs, so you might hear me fighting. But I'm gonna go on the first floor stairs after the cage door.
Yeah, I think I heard him out there to the... Yeah, I did. Might be coming up from the back, the way we came. I'm gonna go try and...
That's not you guys on wood, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Alright, I'm gonna start pushing.
Is that someone on tile?
That's not me.
I just heard someone jump outside towards medical.
I'm holding.
I'm on third floor now, at the stairs.
Okay.
I'm gonna push basically towards you guys and pinch him.
This is me at the door right here. Oh, that's not you. Oh! In the basketball.
Are you dead?
Yeah, there was the one outside of medical and the one was inside. They opened the door and shot me.
I'm on the roof. Oh shit! Yeah, he's across the street at medical. So he's on the roof of medical, pretty sure.
Yeah, I believe so too, or the top windows.
Kid's cheating. He's cheating. He literally pre-aimed me through a wall. He knew exactly where I was.
Damn.
He's
I just
cheating.
fucked up his
He's got
partner on the roof.
ESP. He's got ESP.
I killed. Here I hear footsteps far away from any member of my squad, which tells me immediately it's an enemy. You should pay attention to where your team is, and with more map knowledge it'll be easier to keep track of player locations based on environmental sound cues. I start to hold angle and I make the call out for my team. As soon as I push up, we hear an additional pair of footsteps possibly flanking us from the right. I wanted to cut that off early with one of our team to prevent them from getting behind us. We have no idea exactly where they're at, what floor, or what location, what room. So our first objective should be to gather information so that we can more accurately strike. My teammates call out that he's on wood in gym, which is a room in this building. With my map experience, I decide that it's extremely risky to push that side of the building alone, and since the only other enemy we know of is beyond this metal door and forced to confront me through essentially a funnel, I call for my third teammate to go back up the second teammate for the right side clear, as he is more likely to be caught in a bad position since I have this door. There's a lot of weird movement in the next few moments that I want to break down, as they are part of the essential PvP moveset that will help you compete against experienced players. I heard the enemy on the stairs, and I assume based on sound he is camping the gate at the top of the stairs, but I can't hear him well enough to know. But if in doubt, assume there is an enemy around every corner. Being that the enemy is around the corner, we do not want to just open the door. A better method would be to attempt to bait a shot by running up to the door and running back, and then as you can see, I proceeded to run across, fail a bit, but the idea was to run from cover to cover using free look to gain information on his location. When I failed to see him, I went back into cover and attempted to listen for any movement to get a better idea of his location before I attempted to clear the next floor. A flashlight would have helped immensely, and you can also do things like grenading before you try to peek so that he has to break angle if he's holding ADS at the base of the stairs or possibly move and reveal his position. After listening for a while, my team starts pushing. I'm solo on this side, the opposite end of the building, and they call out hearing movement in bushes towards White Bishop, or medical building that we were in previously. Now, I assume that the guy above me could have possibly gone to the roof and used the stairs there to head to medical and attempt to use the windows versus us. However, we don't know how many there are, and he may still be above me waiting. But when your teammates are pushing, then you need to act. I know where my teammates are, so I'm free to handle my job in the fight aggressively without worrying about friendly fire. However, to reduce friendly fire when spread far from your team, attempt to announce your status and your location and intentions before any big movement. In this scenario, I tell them where I'm going to push from and to and where I'm starting from. This is so that if I die, my teammates will know where it all went down and hopefully we'll be able to react better, as well as giving them a chance to inform me if I pass cross based on the way they are taking. Keeping track of the enemy location with my teammates' updates on their assumptions of their movements, I work my way from up each stair, pausing at the top of each stair so that I can try to listen and get more information. Uh, you want to try to listen before you cross any blind area, due to the fact that it's the only way you're going to detect someone around a corner waiting for you. After all that, I manage to push up to the roof. I get shot a bit on the roof, and you'll notice that when I started getting shot, I ran erratically, looked down, and then got back into cover. Now, when you bend over and you look down, it's actually going to cause your character model to bend forward, reducing the chance of a headshot unless they have the proper enemy to compensate for it. Now, I messed up by going on the roof and ADSing like that. Not very good, but I didn't know he was on the roof, and I should have assumed that. And all these things will come with time, but luckily I was fortunate enough to save it, uh, or not save it, but survive, and then turn the tables on him. All right, so now two of my teammates are dead, and it's me versus at least two of the enemy team still remaining. So for the remainder of this portion, I'm gonna basically skip ahead the boring parts, but I'm gonna point out a few key things that I did here that allowed me to succeed in this situation, which is pretty bad, and why I chose to do what I did and what it did for me. So right here, I I heard them both coming for me, so I could hear them walking around greater in greater detail than you can in the video. And one thing that I know about this building is that this is a great spot to fight out of, as long as you're the first one down here. I have a lot of experience winning fights down here, and so what I did was I came down and I closed that caged door. Now that caged door is very difficult to shoot through, which is going to allow me a protective barrier for when he comes to push me, and I'm going to be in control of how the fight goes because he's going to have to open the door to get to me, and I'm going to be right here waiting to capitalize it. So I want him to come down here. So I'm going to move around and I'm going to bait him with sound so that he's drawn to come down here and investigate because he's looking for me upstairs. And I'm going to voice him that a couple of times and stuff because I want him to come down here and open that gate. The second that he opens that gate, I've already set up myself for a strafing shot. Basically, my plan is to go out as soon as see the door open. I'm orienting myself so that I can see through the crack of the door and see the cage door there. So I'll know if he comes down or opens that. I would immediately run out and full auto the gap of the door up the stairs where I assume he would be based on my assumptions. And I would continue the full auto spray until I get to the bathroom. And then I would stop at the bathroom. But the way the bathroom's set up, you actually now have another right side peek coming from the bathroom, crossing the door, coming back into this room. So it would be very hard for him to push through that. He would have to somehow get down the stairs and into cover without me killing him during that run, or it's going to be a gunfight between the two of us and only one person's walking away, basically, right? So I did a couple running leaps and jumps while free looking to try to get him to shoot at me to figure out if he was at the top of the stairs or not. And he didn't shoot, so I assumed he wasn't camping up there, and he probably wasn't. But I sit here for quite a little while until I see his laser and I know he's coming down, essentially, right? So a couple things before that happens. You want to have patience. I turned a bad situation into a situation where I have a lot of control over the fight. He's in a really bad position. You really don't want to push people down here, but if he wants the biscuit, he's gonna have to come get it, and he knows that. And the whole time, ever since I changed positions, he's been on my tail, trying to find me, opening doors and closing doors. So I'm content to wait here because there's certain types of people that play Tarkov, and a lot of people they're not willing to let it go. They're not willing to let a fight go. They're not willing to let you escape or to back off or to retreat. They'll keep going because, especially if they're on a team, their teammates are kind of usually pressuring them into it. They feel obligated to ditch their buddy's loot or however many reasons. And I'm sure there's infinite. But I see him right here and he's about to push it, right? So it doesn't matter if he runs through after he opens the door or if he opens it or runs away. But as soon as that door opens, you should have a mental picture of where he is, and you should execute the attack. So you'll see right here, I do exactly that. I see him or hear him come down and open the door, and as soon as he opens the door, I basically walk out a little bit to get an idea of, oh, is he right there sprinting towards me or not? And then I happen to see him, so I do a strafe while full autoing. And because I'm shooting in that small window where I'm crossing a doorway, but then after that window is the metal grate, I'm crossing too fast for him to react before probably dying, right? And he didn't die in the first one, but he also didn't move location. He might have not had painkiller active. He might have gotten scared. He might have gotten messed up. But regardless, his second strafe was enough to kill him. And just like that, it's now a 1v1, and I didn't take a single shot yet. So from the beginning, when I set up me having the advantage based on the peaks that I would have versus what he would have, and by setting up a barrier in between me and him for his entry to continue to fight, I changed the dynamic of the fight to where I was in control of how it was going to go down. Now, his buddy tried running up and wall banging me through the door. Unfortunately, he did it while standing directly in front of the door, so I shot him back and he died from it. But I didn't know he died. So what you're seeing now is basically me attempting to find that out. The bullets cover the sound of him dying, and what I'm trying to do there is run back and forth in front of the door in order to bait some shots. Now, if I can bait shots again, because he shot at me the first time I ran through, then I know he's still alive, but I don't hear a single thing, not even him leaving, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open this door so that I have some cover. I throw a grenade at the door. The concussive blast from the grenade is going to put a contusion on him if he happens to be too close to it, because it'll fuck you up through walls and regardless. So after that, I chuck a couple more grenades in there to narrow down the location of where he could be, and then I do a jumping uh, free look peek, basically, in case he was sitting there somewhere I had no idea about. And that's how you want to cross open hallway sections. If you think someone might be holding an angle, it's extremely difficult to shoot someone doing that. But I'm going to go into more specifics on that on an actual PvP movement video, uh, which will take more time than we're going to have in this video. So, anyways, that's all three. And, I don't know how much of this a lot of you don't know. Everyone of different experience levels is going to be watching this, but gathering information with looking before shooting and then making sure to minimize the time exposed from cover as you shoot. You want to move and shoot from cover to cover. You want to move and shoot as soon as you are able to gather enough information as you're realistically going to get on where the enemy is. As soon as you open that door, he was in my box and my trap, and I executed without knowing exactly where he was, but I had a good mental image because of the experiences and knowledge that I have of the map and how it's laid out to where I know this entire building layout. And that's the advantages that higher levels will have over you, and that's why running around offline mode and just paying attention during raids is going to have big benefits. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you guys would want the full raid versions of these things as well. Otherwise, it would probably be something like this. It's quite long already, but when you have a lot of good information like this, you can't really put a timer on it. So, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and if hopefully improving quality over the next forever. And let me know anything that you're curious about that you'd like me to cover like this. We're going to be doing a lot of the important basics of the game soon, so be on the lookout for that. And good luck in your raids. See you next time.